Alex, and today we are doing part 4 of rewriting my old stories into comics. It's probably been like 4 months since I did this. I'm not really sure, but I have been working in the background. But yeah, I have changed the story quite a bit since the last episodes. So yeah, this video I'm going to explain some stuff while I draw the king. The king does not yet have a name, so if you guys have any suggestions, put them down in the comments. All I'm asking is a strong male name, and that it's not like your typical King Edward or King Arthur or, you know, nothing super common. And it needs to be able to match his queen, whose name is Magina. But now I'm going to tell you a little bit of the story. Princess Amina is working hard to make her parents and kingdom proud. As part of her royal duties, she learned self-defense skills from the highest knight, that also taught her older brother, who is now the leader of the royal army. As she improves with her sword, she still feels like she isn't good enough, and might never be. Since sparring with her trainer, Sir Ambrose, is not the same as truly fighting for your life. This is put to the test when she gets kidnapped by pirates. That's like a super brief summary of the story. I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but the story was initially named Encore the Music because she was singing at town square. I changed that to it's probably still going to be called Encore the Music unless I decide to change it, but it's still called that because she gets kidnapped from the royal masquerade ball, and here each royal basically shows a talent, or they have multiple people to show talents and to entertain their guests. So Amina sings, Aaron, her older brother, shows off his sword skills and weapons and achievements kind of thing, and then the queen and king, of course, they are just master hosts. They don't really show off a talent except for putting together this awesome occasion. So it's pretty much all I have to tell you about the story right now, because again, I want there to be something for you to be able to read later on when I finish this story, and something for me to tell into the later episodes. And honestly, though I've been working on this book for 6 months, which is hard for me to even believe, it does not feel like it's been that long, but 6 months, I honestly am still at the very beginning. With writing stories, I write and rewrite all of the time, so I could be halfway done and then all of a sudden be at the first sentence all over again. And I've rewritten this story probably 5 or 6 times, which is why it's taken me so long to make another episode about this series, because I really want to be concrete about an idea before I share it, since I want to not have to be changing my mind 10 billion times in a video or making a bunch of follow-up videos to explain how I changed my mind, and just to make it easier for everyone else to understand how the story truly is going to go. And now that I've waited for a while, I feel like this is going to be the final storyline. It's just going to develop as I write it. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. I know it's going to be crazy looking back at this when I finish this book, and then like comparing the done comic to the old book that I made when I was like 5 is going to be absolutely crazy. But anyway, a bit about the dad that I'm drawing now. The king has purple and black hair. If you watch the other videos, you know that purple is a royal hair gene that Amina has, which is why her hair is fully purple. the reason why her dad has streaks is because he is a half royal. And pretty much all royals pray for, hope for a child that will be like Amina and have a full head of purple hair, because basically they just reset the entire gene pool. If royals don't have any kids with purple hair, they have to hope that their kids will, or eventually the royal hair gene is going to die out. And there'll be no more marker other than the clothing of the royals. So, yeah. For the king himself, he was actually quite hard to design. I kind of put him off for a while drawing him, just because I felt like it was going to be very hard to draw a guy that still looked very manly while still having like purple streaks in his hair. It took me a while to find a hairstyle for him. Now, this is a very simple hairstyle that I chose, but if I draw a guy, by default, they either have like a little mini afro or they have Aaron's hairstyle. And I didn't want them to have the exact same hairstyle. So I went and I finally found one that I liked. I sketched it out on another piece of paper and decided that that was the hairstyle that he was going to have. And I'm very happy with it. I also decided to make him look a bit older, to give him a beard, because I don't really draw bearded men really at all. I don't actually draw men very much at all. This story is going to completely flip that upside down, because there are so many males in it that by the end of this, I think I'm going to be a lot better at drawing guys, because there's just too much practice in this book to not improve. But yeah, this drawing was actually quite hard because I hadn't drawn guys in a very long time, and I also hadn't drawn in this book, because if you guys remember from the other videos, I got these huge poster board books. I got 4 of them from Michaels while they were on sale to use with markers, so I could have more professional looking sheets for my characters. So yeah. Also, for the king, I'd used dark blue for his outfit to match his son, because I decided to give the boys darker blue and the women lighter blue, since blue is the royal color. And I also included red into his cape. I was thinking about not including red just because it's not necessarily needed, but I feel like that cape looked like it would be good to be blue. And then in the back view, I took off his cape so we could see what the back of his clothes looked like, and I feel like sometimes he would take off that cape anyway. Also, as you all probably already noticed, there are no crowns. There will be crowns in the final comic, but I'm not drawing them because I need to make sure I know what their heads look like without them. And so I'll be designing all those things later. I also didn't draw him a weapon yet, but I'll draw him that eventually. I might end up doing like a whole card for weapons, because we have lots of knights and other people to design things for. We have so many characters to draw for this story, so there's going to be a lot of videos where I just draw people and talk. So if you guys have any questions or anything that you'd like to know about this story in specific, always comment, because that is going to help me so much with actually having something meaningful to say during these voiceovers, and to not just have so much dead space with me just talking about nothing. So if you guys want to know anything, feel super free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer, as long as it doesn't tell too much about the story. But even if you're not sure, just ask and I'll answer in the comments, or I'll answer in a video in a voiceover. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and that you'll come back next week. Bye guys!